Okay, I think it's recording now. Do you guys see that red symbol in the top left?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, I guess it's the first time everyone's meeting, right? So perhaps we could just introduce ourselves. I know, obviously, I've spoken a lot to you, Cole, about NAD and vice versa, and my brother here. So maybe for the three of you, you could just introduce yourself. So, Cole, maybe you can start. You're on the far left of the screen, so
Yeah,
you could go first.
definitely. So yeah, nice to meet you, Nad and Effendi. Long time. I've been wanting to meet you guys for a while. I've been working with Raz for almost about 2 years now, a little bit longer actually, I believe. And yeah, I really look forward to supporting this project and seeing what we can all do together.
Thanks,
Is there
Cole.
anything else you guys wanted as well?
I'm sure we can get into any questions and stuff as we continue talking. How about yourself, Nad? Where are you calling from again?
Sorry.
Where are you calling in from, Nad? Where are you? And maybe you could tell us a bit about.
I'm at home in France. Looks like Indonesia with the tropical plants behind me, but no, I'm in France.
I was wondering there. There's a lot of greenery.
Yeah,
It's very tropical inside.
You in the garden?
It's inside the house. I have a kind of garden
so cool.
inside in the middle of the house.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, it's nice and bright there.
Cool.
That's awesome. And I'm actually calling in from Salt Lake City in the United States, actually, as well. Sorry, I didn't mention that before.
Nice to meet you.
My name is Effendi Samsudin. I'm also I'm the older brother to Razali. It's nice to meet you guys. First time, Nadia and Cole.
Oh, Nad for Nadej.
Nadej.
Oh, Nadej. Oh, no problem. You can call me Effendi or Ty, whichever one you want to call me. I'm cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you guys.
And I'm Razali. And just for the sake of recording and whoever watches this in the future, as Cole said, yeah, we've been working for like over 2 years now. We co-founded Sustainable ADA, and recently we had our project Catalyst proposal voted to support this collaboration with NAD and Team Rimba. And yeah, so we're here today to talk about the plans for the project and see what we can do in the coming weeks and months. And yeah, Nad, I know we spoke already about the idea, how it could work with the reforestation plans, and how it works with Cardano. So maybe, I know you said you were going to speak with, I think it was Marie at Univet, but maybe you could just share on this call like a bit about Rimba, like why you created.
So you wanna I explain what we do with the nonprofit, or maybe Cole is already no? Okay.
Just for the sake of the meeting recording, so that people may watch this and then they can understand who Rimba is and who you are.
Okay. So we have many projects or programs with the nonprofit. We are working about environment conservation, of course, especially rainforest conservation and also marine conservation. We have also a project about raise awareness to the kids. So we built how do you call it, environmental learning center for kids, So they learn in this building everything about environmental issues. And every week, one time per week, they are going in the field to practice what they learn in the center. So, for example, they clean an island, a beach, or a river from the plastic, and then they bring all of this plastic trash to our recycling center. So it's another project. We have a recycling center with an engine that can turn plastic into fuel. So the last year we turned 1 ton of plastic into diesel. We have also a project about sea turtle conservation. So we protect the main nesting site of our area from poachers and from natural predators. What else? So about the rainforest, we have a natural reserve of about 500 hectares. So we protect this natural area, and also we buy extra forest from the villagers to extend the natural reserve and to make kind of a buffer zone around the natural reserve in order to make it easier to protect.
And where are you located, and where's the?
Oh,
the
yeah,
center?
most important thing. So we are located in West Sumatra in Indonesia.
Yes.
So it's a really wide area because I don't know if you heard about deforestation in Indonesia, and especially in Sumatra. It's the fastest deforestation in the world. We lost 85% of the forest in the last 20 years. So it's all the forests that is in flatland is completely lost. Because of palm oil company, especially palm oil company. And in West Sumatra, in my area, we have mountains, so that's why we still have forest. In Sumatra, forest remains only in mountains area because they cannot grow palm oil trees in mountain area. Yeah, but we still have illegal loggers also, because it's mountain, but it's forest is wood, so people need wood and want to export wood, and especially to Europe and US, and more to China also. So we still have illegal logging and poaching also. Poaching is more for Chinese. Tigers, rhinoceros, elephants, pangolin, and a lot of endangered species that are really valuable on the black market.
And you know the natural reserve that you said you're trying to create a buffer zone with the deforestation and the poaching, the illegal logging and poaching. Is that happening a lot right now in this reserve?
Less and less. So it's good because that's the result that we want.
Yeah.
Less and less because of the buffer zone. First, by buying the forest, it becomes private land, and the locals, the villagers, they really respect the property and the privacy. So that's why we buy the forest around the natural reserve, because we know that there will be, what do you say, yeah, they will respect that, and they will less and less. I mean, they have to cross this private land to reach the natural reserve. So
Yeah.
because they respect this, they will not cross anymore or less. We still have poaching and illegal logging because the natural reserve is big, and we need rangers now to
Yeah, I was going to ask
yeah.
about the
Yeah.
rangers. So are they like paid rangers provided by the government? How does it work with the rangers?
No, not with the government. I mean, they have rangers, but they never do their job.
Right.
So yeah, it's everywhere like that in Indonesia. If you, the government knows that they are non-profit or big NGO, so they can do their job for free.
Oh,
I mean, for free for them. They don't need
Yeah.
to do the job and pay rangers.
Yeah, I
How
think that's.
large?
Go ahead, go.
Sorry, I was just gonna ask how large is the buffer zone?
So the buffer zone in total, it's 160 hectares, and we already bought 25 hectares or 30 hectares. So we cannot buy everything in one time. First, because we don't have enough money for that, and second, because we have to convince the villagers to sell the land, and so every people own like between 1 and 3 hectares. So it's like a puzzle that we
Yeah.
make. We buy 1 hectare here, 2 hectare here, and the villagers, they speak to other, and sometimes people, they are not interested for now, but so we have to be patient because they can change their mind like in 2 years. They will have kids who want to study at the university. They need money, so they just think about us. They know that we can buy their land, so they ask us and we buy it. So yeah, we must be patient for that. We never force people to sell their land.
Mhm. And so when it comes to the buying of the land, when you say we buy the land, is it Rimba non-profit or?
Yeah, when I say we, I speak on the name of Rimba non-profit, and because we have many people working.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many
And,
people are part of the Rimba team, and do you have
7
7? Okay, that's awesome.
7 people there on the field, and me.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So mostly in Indonesia, everyone's based.
Only Indonesian people.
Okay.
I'm the only one. But it's not the same. We are on under the French law. So in France, like me as the president of the non-profit, I cannot get a salary. I'm working like as a volunteer. But all the employees in Indonesia, they have, of course, a salary.
Okay, that's awesome.
And when you talked about the buffer zone and this like jigsaw puzzle, do you think? I mean, is it information that's easy to find to know who owns all of the different pieces of the buffer zone? How does that work to know?
Yeah, it's also something a bit difficult sometimes because in Indonesia, nothing is written on paper. You know, they don't have a property act or things like that.
Oh, really?
Because it's really expensive. Yeah. More and more people start to do that, but it's really expensive, especially for people who live in a small village. So when you ask somebody where is land, he will say from these rocks to the coconut tree there and blah blah blah. But if the coconut tree falls in 10 years, you have to remember where this coconut tree were before, was before, and also you have to make a kind of a meeting with all the owners around this land to be sure that to confirmate the border, each border also, to be sure that another people will not be angry because yeah, you took 1 meter from my land and blah blah blah. So yeah, it takes time also to do this.
What do you think of that, Cole? Because like when you say that, now I was thinking about some of the projects that use different technologies to help with the mapping, and I know it's not an easy process to get everyone involved to agree to how it's mapped, and then have a record. So you said it was expensive for them to get the documents. Like, is this something that the Indonesian government is having as a project in your area to get people to move onto paper, or is this up to the
No,
people?
they have to go to I don't know the name in English. Maybe Raz, if I tell the French name, you can translate. In French, we call it notaire.
Oh yeah, notary. You say notary in the
Okay.
US? No? Yeah.
Yeah, kind of just like a governmental like type of institution that kind of like accepts
Yeah, so you have to go to
the
a
land.
notary office
Yeah, and then
to
legal
to make it official on paper, but they have to pay for that, and they have to pay like 5 million of rupiah. So it's not really expensive for us. 5 million rupiah is 300 euro, so around $300. But for them, it's like 3 months' salary. So of course they don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Something
Sorry, Cole, is that the cost per application to get to just the one document, 5 million rupiah, and then that normal
Yeah, one
payment?
document for one land. Yeah.
Right.
something that it could maybe be a further down the road thing, but using like a product like Landano, where like they're pretty much mapping it with like satellites, and then they like have created their own system to like digitally like prove the land you own. And I think it's like a lot cheaper. I'm guessing it'd be a lot cheaper, but I'm guessing you'd probably need that notary still as well. I think it's based on different locations, but that could be something cool to like talk with the villagers and see if they'd be interested in like maybe in the future kind of getting to this next way of like proving their ownership of the land they have. And
Lands are dense as well.
I know there's quite a few other tools that could be maybe used as well. What are blockchain based tools, and pretty much it's like land registry just on the blockchain, and it's immutable and can't be changed, so you have that like record forever. What's really cool.
Yeah, because you talked about the coconut tree example. So
Yeah,
how do you verify between different people where the truth is,
Exact points.
and making it accurate? I wonder how that must be. It's, if you're the buyer, if you want to buy the land as well, the seller, how do they prove what they're selling you is
Transfer bonds.
how do they transfer it to the buyer if there's no document? Is that not possible then at the moment?
Yeah, but they do it. I mean, without document. We just made a meeting with everybody, and we are going on the land and try to be agree with everybody. And when everybody is agree, and it's already it's always happened. I mean, until now, it's always happened. We make a document, and that the mayor office of the village sign with the
That's legit.
ex-owner and the non-profit.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
But there's no mapping
that-
at the moment.
Sorry, you go. My bad.
Yeah. So before the moment you've all agreed and the mayor signs, there's not necessarily a document or mapping. But by the time you've all agreed and you get the mayor signing it, then you have the mapping parcel of land on this new document. Yeah.
Okay.
And is it for life? Like once you buy the land, it's forever, or how does
Yeah.
it work?
Wow.
Yeah. We chose this way to buy it forever because I know that in Indonesia also there are other non-profits or NGO. They do the same. They buy forest, but they buy forest. It's more. It's not forever. It's similar as leasing. You know. So they buy for 80 years, for example. And I really don't want to do that because the goal is not to protect this forest for 80 years. I want this forest is protected forever. So, and you never know. I mean, after 30 years, 50 years, you never know if the owner will extend the contract again or just take the land back and just burn it because he decided to do something else like agriculture or so. No, I really don't want to do that.
Yeah. So you mentioned about agriculture. Are there any like possibilities for the land once bought by the non-profit to be used in any way by the ex-owners? Is there an agreement where now that you've bought it, it's now like private property, no usage, or
The only things that is allowed for the owner if in the land it plants some trees, fruit trees like durian or rambutan trees, it can still take the fruits. But it's not allowed to cut anything like cut the trees to make a path to reach this fruit tree or to it cannot cut anything inside because the goal is to because it's like new secondary forest, so it's a secondary forest in regeneration. So the goal is that this forest become not a primary forest because it will take centuries, but well, maybe it will happen, but in a long time. But we want this forest become a good quality forest. So if you want this forest become like before, you must stop any activities inside as a human. I mean, human activities. Yeah.
So how do they feel about that? Like when you're trying to explain, this is what will happen, or like how do you explain to the sellers of the land, why you're buying? What does that conversation?
Yeah, we explain everything, and yeah, they are just agree, and I don't know if they really understand. We try to explain a lot and raise awareness to everybody in the village. But they are happy that we let them taking the fruits if they plant some fruit trees inside, and they understand that they are not allowed to take wild animals from there, and until now it's okay.
Okay. Kia or Cole, do you have any questions or anything you want to bring up?
Well, so far what I've been listening to, it sounds really amazing what you're trying to achieve, Ned. Yeah, and it's great to hear that. Are the people indigenous or are they just local villagers? In that region, are they like indigenous people or?
Yeah, what kind of people are the landowners? Are they like indigenous tribes, or are they people who've come from like
No, they are not like indigenous tribes, but they are from the Minangkabau ethnic.
Okay.
In Indonesia, you have more than 700 ethnies and languages, dialects. But this one is a really big ethnic. There are more than 2 million people, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And they all live in West Sumatra.
yeah? So one day, maybe sometime soon, right? We can all visit UNAD in Rimba and
Yeah.
Yeah.
get to see what you're talking about up close. Yeah, I've been really lucky to have been there a couple of times now.
Oh, you been there?
Yeah,
Oh.
and I remember Nad went to show us the Rafflesia
Yeah.
flowers in the jungle, and
Okay.
yeah, it was amazing. Apart from the mosquitoes, but you know, what can you do?
Oh, yeah, mosquitoes.
Uh, but yeah, so I know we talked a little bit about blockchain and NFTs before, but just to kind of bring it up again, the whole idea of the project was to support your programs. So talking about protecting the forest, the natural reserve. It's what was the name of the reserve again? Mauro.
Muaro Duo.
Mauro Duo. Yeah.
Oh.
And yeah, as you said, it's
It means two river because there are two rivers.
oh, on the point of the rivers and going to what you said about plastic. So a lot of people are concerned about plastic waste and how to tackle it. And you talked about the recycling, the machine you have.
The process.
But where is the waste coming from? Is it locally? Or is it...
Yeah, it's like 40% are coming from the villagers themselves by their own consumption, and because we are located near the sea, we have like 60% of the plastic coming from the sea. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So for now we have machine with a capacity of 10 kilos of plastic that we can turn into diesel in one process, and we are looking for a bigger machine. 10 kilo per process is not enough, really. So we are looking for funds to buy machine with a capacity of 50 kilos for
50
one
kilos.
process now. Yeah.
Wow. And
Yeah.
what would they use?
It will run maybe 3 or 4 times per week.
Say that again. It would run for a week.
3 or 4 times per week.
Okay.
And what did they use the fuel for once they've made the fuel from the plastic?
Yeah, for now, so it's an old machine. It was one of the first machine that the NGO Get Plastic made. So it's not really efficient machine. Because we buy this machine from another NGO. It's an Indonesian Balinese NGO. So they improved the machine all the time, and they also build a bigger and bigger machine because they see that if we want to solve the problem, we need bigger machine because it's more and more plastic. So for now, the diesel that we got is not a lot, just a few. because of the efficiency of the machine is not good. So we use it to how do you call it? To treat as a treatment for the wood of our buildings.
Okay. So to treat the wood that you use in your building.
Yeah, our buildings are made of wood, and to protect the wood from the small insects and all of this, we use this diesel for that.
Okay.
Because it's not a lot, and also we use it for so in our recycling center we have how do you say you know, a machine that make plastic become small. What's the name in English?
Like, is a compressor?
No, it's like
It cuts it up
it
into
cuts,
little
it
bits.
cuts. Yeah, it cut a grinder or
Grinder?
something
Yeah,
like
the
that.
grinder. Yeah, that, yeah,
Yeah.
grinder.
And we use the diesel for this machine also.
And
Yeah.
it runs the machine, helps run it.
Yeah, it runs the grinder.
I see.
And we hope that normally
runs
with the new machine that we want to buy, the 50 kilos capacity machine, it will be more efficient. Normally with this new machine, we can make 0.8 liter of fuel for 1 kilo of plastic. So what I want to do, if it really works like that, the non-profit will be able to sell this fuel to the people, to the population, and all the benefits will goes to the non-profit and will be used to pay the salary of the people who works in the recycling center.
What's the chemicals? In the
So
fuel?
like that, I don't need to look for friends every year to pay the salary of the people. I know that
Make
just
it
by
more
selling
circular.
this fuel, I can pay the guys, and
That's circular economy.
Yeah.
What were you saying about the?
The combustion of this fuel is it? I don't know. You can make fuel from plastic.
Yeah, because you've been doing this since what year now, Nad, with the machine? You had it since 2015, 2013? The machine plastic recycling to fuel?
Yeah, I didn't hear
How
your question.
how long have you been using this machine? Since
More than 2 years, I think. 2
okay.
or 3 years. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds like a great piece of equipment. Huh?
Yeah.
Just
We need more of those.
Yeah, large scale.
just wondering, like with the turning it into diesel, are there any new machines on the market that could recycle the plastic to create another form of energy? Are you aware of that, Cole or Nad? Like recycling plastic to create another form of
I
energy?
never knew that could be done.
I'm not exactly sure, to be honest.
Okay, yeah, something to look into maybe, because I know some people are obviously opinionated on the use of fossil fuels, right, and creating diesel and using diesel, and there's different contexts. So clearly, the people there in the area are using what's available to them and what makes sense. So, like, what would you say is the?
But for me, I think it's the best things that we can do, because everybody needs fuel, whatever. Even if I don't produce fuel from the plastic, people, they will buy fuel because they need it. So what I like with this is that we really erase the plastic. because we transform it into another thing.
Yeah.
So the plastic disappear, and whatever the fuel, everybody need the fuel until we find another solution for our cars or motorbike, or until there is no fuel anymore. But because there are other solutions that I saw in Africa a lot, and at the beginning I wanted to do that, but I didn't like the I don't know how to it's like you use the plastic, you melt it, and you mix it with sand. So instead of using concrete cement, you use the plastic, you melt it and mix it with the sand, and you can build some pavement, you can build some whatever. People say it's once you build something with that, it's for the whole life. Nothing can destroy it, but it's really resistant and really hard material. Okay, but you still have a kind of erosion because of the sun, because of the rain. So at the end, you have for sure some microplastics
going back into the ecosystem.
going back into the nature. So I don't really like this solution. I really wanted to find a solution that make the plastic completely disappear.
Yeah.
And it's the only solution I found.
Makes sense.
Yeah, that does make a lot of sense.
So yeah, going to the art side of things. So we were proposing the use of NFTs on the blockchain to help raise awareness of Rimba and the programs, and raise funds to support, for example, buying land and all of the benefits that comes with that, right? So yeah, the plan would be in the next 6 months to go from where we are today, having art created and transformed digitally and made into NFTs. And we discussed the ideas of what could be attached to the NFTs in terms of underground data from the field. So some of the plans we had were talking about bringing in like GIS, satellite imagery of the parcels or the areas that are within Rimba's protection. So if someone buys a piece of art and they're aware that the funds have gone to support purchasing land, and that land can be made visible using the satellite imagery, which if you click a link, you can see the area. And all of those type of things are being done right now with other projects. So we've got inspiration from other projects to see if we can do the same with Rimba and in West Sumatra, because to our knowledge, it's not being done in West Sumatra. And I believe with what you've said as well with Rimba, are you the only non-profit in that area doing what you're doing? Are there any? Do you have any neighboring non-profits also nearby?
In West Sumatra, there is one. It's a French one also. Maybe you know it, Calawet. I was volunteer for this French NGO a long time ago, 15 years old, 15 years ago. And they do it in Borneo, the Indonesian part of Borneo, and also in Sumatra, and it's West Sumatra. But of course, in Sumatra, you have maybe two or three areas with forest remaining. So all the NGO and non-profit are in this 2 or 3 areas with forest. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I guess once we once we can show that this is possible, right, and it works, then the idea would be to share the project's workings to other people who do similar work, so they can have some ideas of what could be possible for them. So that was also one of the outcomes of this project, to create the feasibility study, the report, which could be made accessible in not just English, in French, in Indonesian, so we can spread good news, right? Because I think one of the things is not everyone necessarily knows what good is being done and what needs to be done. So one of our objectives is to spread awareness of this in the Cardano blockchain community, which does have a significant number of Indonesians as well. So I think in some of our future meetings, we can have the Indonesian community join some of our calls, who could support in raising awareness of what Rimba are doing, and how one can help and get involved. And yeah, Effendi is also an artist, has been working on the art with Streets of Ada with our partners in the Philippines, to support a very similar mission as Rimba's, with protecting the rainforest, tackling illegal deforestation and poaching. And as you said, it's like the governments can feel very happy that these services are being provided by non-profits and volunteers, but it's only possible if there's enough resources. People don't live off air and water, and people need money to survive, right? So trying to create new ways to support people is one of the aims of this project as well. So if you sell art, it's going to be a one-off event. So there's money received from selling art once, but there are other new mechanisms now to create a kind of additional funding that can be generated through the ownership of a piece of digital art, and that's when you enter this realm of what they call decentralized finance. So some of our partners and other companies in this tech space use these new tools to create new financial opportunities for people who maybe they can't ever get a loan from the bank, they can't get credit, so they don't have a way to afford even documenting their land. As you said, it's like 3 months salary, right? So if we can create somehow these new mechanisms of creating a new salary for people, even if it's starting small, this can be done to help people get the legal document that they need to go further, right? So I think that's also something we could build into the project more in the long term, once we have the first steps carried out. Do you have anything you want to ask Nad or Kia or Cole?
What I've been listening to is great. Yeah.
I don't think so. Has Nad seen the start of what we did with the website a little bit?
Yeah. If you don't mind, bro, maybe you could share the screen.
Yeah, I can bring it up. Just give me 2 secs.
Yeah. So Cole did a lot of great wizardry to present what would be potentially how we could market what the art and Rimba art would be as purchasable NFTs. So we have our website.
Sorry, you go. My bad.
So we have our website that we already have been using for Sustainable ADA, and the idea would be to have our dedicated proof of impact platform, which is where we focus on supporting non-profits and impact organizations with art and NFTs. So here's what that's looking like at the moment. Cole, can you see it on your screen, Nad?
Yeah.
I went to another here. 1 second. Let me do the whole window. That might be better. Let me know if you guys can see that. And then yeah, this is just like a quick little example of, I whipped this up pretty quick, but kind of where the NFTs will sit in the future. And if you click this, it kind of goes back to like what PIP is and the goals for Rimba. And then this link actually also brings you guys to your website as well. So people can dive in and learn a little bit more.
Yeah, but this page was the main page, so maybe it's better to change the link to, like, people, they click on the link and they are going directly to the non-profit, because I have to do that also. Our website, there are two websites in one, one for the ecology and one for the non-profit. I think that's, I plan to separate the both also.
So would this one be the right place to go then?
Yeah, this one is the main page of the non-profit. Yeah,
okay, perfect. So I'll switch that. I have to go in and like technically do it, but I'll do that after our call. Thank you for that.
Yeah, because I think people, they will not understand and they will be a bit lost. They will see ecology and non-profit and what's this.
No, that makes complete sense. I'll make that fix right away. But also that I whipped it up pretty quick, so we can make any changes and edit it any way you guys would like as well.
Customizable.
And that picture just now of the rainforest, is that Moro Duo? Yeah. Okay.
Dense place, right?
Yeah, very dense. And so Cole, we have to start looking at Google flights to Indonesia.
Yeah, definitely.
Nad, you're gonna go back in was it February 20?
Yeah, February for the French holidays. So I don't know exactly the date, but it's in February. Yeah. So I will be there for, I think, 3 weeks. So if you can come at the same time, it would be great.
Yeah, it would be awesome. And I know you said you had a gallery show earlier this year, and you had an artist do photography and videography, right, in Rimba.
Yeah. So I spoke to Marie, and she likes the idea, but she thinks it would be a bit difficult to do it because the artist, he pay a tax when he sell painting. So they don't know how to manage it. They sell the painting by this way, you know. But I'm pretty sure that there is a solution. But
I mean, that's a totally.
I think it would be better if you speak with them, and they will be available on December only.
Already, okay.
They are so busy.
Okay, all right. We can plan ahead then to have.
And also because the painting are in a physical gallery now, and until December.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And do you have maybe you could share the link another time where the gallery is? It would be maybe possible I could visit them to see the painting. Right. It's in the south of France as well. The gallery.
I don't know. The first time it was in south of France.
Yeah.
And then now they move all the paint, but I don't know where. I have to ask them.
Okay, but yeah, like the whole question around taxation and selling art digitally, this is something that's all regulated now, so it's nothing to be anxious about. There's just a way for it to be done, and that will be part of the what's the word, adventure, you know, for these artists as well, so they can figure it out and give them options, you know, for their art. Okay, Nad. Well, I think perhaps if there aren't any other, do you have any questions, Nad? Like, is there anything you want to ask or talk about?
Well, it's okay for me.
Cole?
I don't think so. Everything's good on my end, but I just want to say it was so nice to meet you, Nad, and Fendi as well. I've been really looking to meet you, so
Yeah.
great to meet you. And yeah, I look forward to supporting Rimba and collaborating with you guys more in the future.
Yeah,
Most
thank you.
definitely, yeah, likewise.
Well,
It'd be nice to meet you guys face to face as well.
yeah, well, potentially February, right? We can plan ahead, and
Yeah.
Mm,
or maybe in France in December if you're
yeah.
up for coming to France, Cole. So,
I'll see if I can make it.
okay. All right, guys. Well, thanks a
Okay.
lot for today.
Thank
Speak soon.
you.
Have a lovely
Bye.
day. Speak soon.
Bye.
Bye bye.
You too. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.